I'm thinking about topics all the time. And there's always one, usually you say, well, all right, this war in Ukraine is a really big deal. Got to cover that. Financial implosion in China, really big deal. I got to cover that. Or what's going on in the U.S. with basically a mentally incapacitated president. That's, I don't know if it's unprecedented, but I guess since Woodrow Wilson anyway. And other topics, I could give you a long list. Maybe the end of the dollar's role as a global reserve currency, et cetera. The difficulty now are two things. Number one, they're all going on at once. Like, any one of those topics would, fill a newsletter or a present or, interview like this, et cetera. It'd be a big topic, a heavy lift, but they're all going on at once. And number two, they're not unrelated. There are all kinds of correlations. The breakdown and collapse of the global supply chain, which preceded COVID. A lot of people say, well, COVID came along. Of course, it messed up the supply chain. In my new book, Sold Out, I've got very, very good documentation that shows, no, the supply chain was breaking down before COVID. Now, of course, COVID made it worse, yes. And the war in Ukraine made it worse yet, yes. But this really started with Trump's trade war in 2018. So that, like I said, there's a thread that runs through all these things. So not to throw out my hands, I'm not going to do that. But when you ask me that, I'm thinking, well, talk about China, Ukraine, supply chain, Biden. They're all a big deal. If in terms of tragedy, probably the war in Ukraine is the most important because it's highly, highly significant economically and strategically. But of course, it's a human tragedy going with it. If Chinese real estate implodes, okay, there's some hardship here and there, but it's not like people being killed or maimed or forced into refugee status. And that is part of what's going on in Ukraine. So that's probably the biggest single one, but I wouldn't miss the fact that all these things are going on at once.
Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.